Hey everyone, Marcus Lopez here, and welcome to another episode of Black Sweater Talk. You know, it's been a couple weeks since I've been here, since I've done an episode, and that's because, as some of you may know, I fell ill in February. And it was this cold that really hit me hard and took out my voice. I lost my voice 3 times in less than a week. And, you know, I tried to push myself. I tried to push myself to get back into my routine more faster, really to just get back to living. And my voice was never really at 100%. And I knew that by testing, you know, my vocal capabilities. So if I was in the shower and I would try to sing, and if I couldn't reach a certain note, or when I tried to reach a certain note, my voice would cut out from me or be really strained. And I finally decided that, you know what, it's just time to take a break. And I nearly needed to let my voice come back in full capacity. And so that's why I've been away for a few weeks, but now we're back. And, you know, one of the things that happened when I was sick in February was that I kind of fell out of my routine. You know, we are April 1, we are 3 months now fully into 2019. Spring is here, although in Toronto you wouldn't really know that by the -9 wind chill we had this morning. But a lot of us, we set goals at the beginning of 2019. Some of us, if you do it, made resolutions. And, you know, 3 months in, it's time to reflect. It's time to look at where we were, where we are, and where we're still hoping to go. I don't know about you, but, you know, yes, I've made progress, but at the same time, in certain areas of my life, I am not where I wanted to be, not where I hoped I would be. And part of that is because of being ill in February. It really took me out. It wasn't just my voice. You know, it's like being sick. You don't have energy. You're tired. You don't do anything. And one of the things that suffered on my end was my running. I set a goal in January that I was going to run 50 kilometers every week. And that's a very big goal for me, a very big challenge, especially in terms of my work schedule where I am often overseas, traveling about 15 days a month. So it takes a lot of planning, takes a lot of commitment to get those long distance runs in. And so when I was ill in February, I ended up not running for about 10 days. And that really hit me hard, threw me out of my routine, killed the momentum. And not just when it came to running, and that was a strange thing. It killed the momentum in other areas of my life as well. You know, my productivity suffered. I noticed that, you know, while I was writing, I was letting myself be distracted again. You know, I'd gotten into the habit of turning off the TV in the morning when my partner left the house. Suddenly I was leaving it on again. You know, I was writing and, this question popped into my mind. And instead of writing the question down and putting it aside, I was reaching for my phone and Googling the question and hoping to get the answer that I was looking for. So yes, on one hand, I was making progress. I was still writing because, you know, another goal that I set was to finish the rewrite of a manuscript by March 31st. And I had knocked that out by the end of the first week of February. So, you know, there was a lot of momentum going. But getting sick, stop running, those things kind of put the brakes on. And so I wasn't where I wanted to be. But at the same time, something good did come of it. Because when I was feeling better, when I felt my voice was, you know, probably about 85% back, and I could step back and look at what I had done and what I hadn't done and where I was struggling, I knew that where I was not where I wanted to be. What I am doing is not what I want to be doing. So what did I have to do now to move myself forward? What did I really long for? And what was I willing to do to get there? those were the questions that got the fire burning in me. That really started to help get the momentum back. And I had met up with a friend of mine at one point during coffee while I was off in March for a couple weeks vacation and kind of really staying at home because I was still sick. And in chatting with that friend really got me thinking about why we do the things we do sometimes, why we are sometimes our own worst enemy. And so I had to change my mindset. And that was a big thing for me because, setting goals is a way of changing your mindset. It's a way of giving you hope. It's a way of giving us something to look forward to. But when we are knocked off our game and we regress, we slide back into old habits, we're also sliding into old mindsets. So talking with my friend, I knew it was important for me to kind of get outside of my head and at the same time manage my self-talk. I had to stop looking at my day job as something negative because there is a very negative aspect to it because I'm in a company that is going through a lot of change and there was a lot of resistance and a lot of negativity, and it's so easy some days to be pulled into that. But I had to remind myself that it is an opportunity. It is an opportunity that allows me, when I am not there, to do what it is that I love to do. So that had me again asking the question, what is it I want to do? Am I where I want to be? What do I need to do to get there? And what I realized is I had to express my truest self. We all have to express our truest self. And what does that mean, expressing your truest self? Well, for me, that means being a writer. Admitting that I want to be a writer. Doing what I need to do to become successful at it. It means for me living an active and healthy lifestyle. One of the things I want to do in expressing myself is, while I don't like social media, while I've never really been a big fan of it, I want to make sure that my presence there is inspirational and motivational. Don't want to be caught up in the negativity. Don't want to be part of the group that, those haters going to hate. Not what I want to be, not what I want my presence on social media to represent. I want to get out and meet new people, new innovators, new creative thought leaders, so that I surround myself with other people with big dreams. I want to make sure that I am living life, that I am experiencing it, that I am able to experience things that help me grow as a writer and a person. And best of all, I just want to share with the world the best version of myself. Those are the ways in which I seek to express my truest self. It's funny that one of the things I've never really been drawn to is reality TV. And in my household, at 7 o'clock at night, there was always a little battle that I always lose. And that's because my partner loves to watch Entertainment Tonight. So 7 o'clock, while my partner watches Entertainment Tonight, I grab some books and I start reading, and that is my reading time. Because I don't care what people wear on the red carpet. I don't care who's divorcing whom or who's hooking up with whom. It's just not my thing. I don't watch MasterChef. I don't watch Survivor or The Amazing Race. The Bachelor, Temptation Island. Those are things that just don't interest me. I remember the day when the TLC, when the Learning Channel actually stood for learning. So I remember learning how to cook from Biba's Italian Kitchen or Cooking with Chef Caprio. I remember watching Trauma in the ER or The Operation and actually watching a real facelift or open heart surgery. I remember learning. That to me was reality TV. But every now and then, as I'm reading and listening to the drama unfolding on Entertainment Tonight, there is something that sparks my attention. There is something that draws me in. And it was back in November or December of 2017 where Nancy O'Donnell, see, I know the names because of how often my partner watches the show, was talking to Oprah, as they do on a regular basis, about her book that was coming out or had just been published called The Wisdom of Sundays, Life-Changing Insights from Super Soul Conversations. And I love Super Soul Conversations. If you're looking for inspiration in your life, if you're looking for a why, how to stay motivated or what motivates other people, and insights that will help you up your game, Super Soul Sundays have always been really inspirational for me. But I always have a certain hesitance with certain types of self-help books, and I really wasn't sure if this was a book that I wanted to read. But my partner had a gift card from Indigo, and one weekend he came home and there brought with him Oprah's book. And it sat there for a little while because I was hesitant. You read some self-help books and you just think, oh, that could have been a pamphlet or a paragraph. But I was finished everything on my reading list, and I was about to start something new, and I reached for Oprah's book. And let me tell you, from the moment I read that first page, I knew I was about to start a new journey that would change my life forever. Oprah writes that everyone has a calling. Your real job in life is to figure out why you are here and get about the business of doing it. And I couldn't agree more. That is why it is so important for us to express our truest selves. Because we spend so much time trying to please others, to husband their dreams instead of our own. And I know, because I spent a good deal of my 20s and early 30s running away from the writer in me. I linked myself to people who didn't have big dreams and who gave up too easily. I was so naive because I let their worldview color my own. And consequently, I didn't really believe that I could do the thing that I so much wanted to do, and that was become a writer. No matter how hard I tried, though, whether I got a new job, whether I got a promotion, whether I really thought, this is it, this is where I'm going to succeed, this is where I'm going to make a name for myself, I couldn't outrun writing. Writing is the thing in this life that, for me, gives me purpose. Writing grounds me, writing makes me feel alive, writing calls to me every day. And when I heed the call, I am in a place of wonder, joy, and fulfillment. That's why we must all dare to dream. Dare to believe in the power of your dreams and to do what is necessary to make them come true. This is your life. Live it your way. I can tell you, whatever it is you want to do or dream of doing, now is the time to get busy doing it. No one's going to wait for you. You can put it off till tomorrow, but you're just delaying where you want to be. So start now. Because when you do, you will change your life most dramatically. So thanks for joining me. If you like this episode, please share it on social media. Use the hashtag #BlackSweaterTalk. Love connecting with you. Love to hear your thoughts. So you can also connect with me on social media. I'm on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. And you can also reach me at Marcus@MarcusLopez, MarcusLopez.ca. So thanks again for joining. Glad you're part of this journey, and we'll see you next week.